It's time now to do a quick recap of some of the interesting legal stories we're tracking.
Justice Ahmed Mohammed of the Federal High Court Abuja, who heard Senate President Bukola Saraki's ex-parte application to stop the Code of Conduct Tribunal, has withdrawn from the case. Justice Mohammed last week, Wednesday, remitted the case filed back to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mahmood Mohammed, for a reassignment to another judge. He cited negative reports on the case as informing his decision to hands off the case. To election petition matters now. The Independent National Electoral Commission has formally closed its defense at the Rivers State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal. The Commission closed its case after calling 16 witnesses. The witnesses included presiding officers and electoral officers from different polling units in different local government areas across the state. INEC insists that the elections were held peacefully in line with the Electoral Act, contrary to the claims of some men of the Nigerian Army. The officers of the Nigerian Army who were deployed to the state had submitted that there was no election in Rivers State. The APC and its candidate, Mr. Dakuku Peterside, want the tribunal to nullify the election, which returned Nyesom Wike as governor of the state. They allege that the election was marred by irregularities and fraudulent practices. Staying with election petitions, INEC last week Wednesday also closed its case at the Delta State Elections Petitions Tribunal. The Commission closed its case without calling any witness. INEC had listed 5 witnesses to testify before the tribunal. It, however, failed to call any, but instead elected to rely on the testimonies of other witnesses called by Governor Okowa and the PDP. The Commission's lawyer, however, tendered the card reader accreditation status, showing unit-by-unit report of elections in the state. It maintained that the election process was credible. The APC and its governorship candidate in the state, Olusegun Ortega-Emewo, are however challenging the declaration of Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa of the People's Democratic Party as the winner of the April 11 governorship elections. Justice Nasiru Gumi has adjourned till October the 13th for parties to submit and adopt all written addresses to the tribunal. Away from election tribunal, a federal high court in Lagos has adjourned till October the 19th to hear the 2 separate suits seeking to quash the coroner's verdict on the September the 12th, 2014 Synagogue Church of All Nations building collapse. The suits were filed by the 2 structural engineers contracted by the church to build the 6-story building, Messrs. Oladele Ogundeji and Akimbela Fatiregu. The engineers, Mr. Oladele Ogundeji and Mr. Akimbela Fatiregu, had been indicted of criminal negligence by the coroner. The collapsed building led to the death of 116 persons. The coroner, Mr. Oyetade Komolafe, had recommended that the state should investigate and prosecute them, but the engineers want the court to ban the Attorney General of the state or any other officer acting under his authority from initiating or commencing criminal proceedings against them. Another judge of the Federal High Court, also in Lagos, has fixed November the 24th to hear a preliminary objection filed by the National Legal Advisor of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Muiz Banire, a senior advocate of Nigeria, who is seeking the removal of his name from a suit seeking fresh investigations into the murder of a late governorship aspirant in Lagos State, Mr. Funshaw Williams. Dr. Banire, through his lawyer, said the suit not only failed to disclose any reasonable cause of action against him, it also joined his name wrongfully. He's therefore asked the trial judge, Justice Rita Ofili Ajumogobia, to either dismiss the suit in its entirety or strike out his name as a defendant. A former Inspector General of Police, Mr. Sunday Ahindaro, who has also joined as a defendant of the suit, has also asked the court for a similar relief. The suit was filed by a cemetery attendant, Junaid Bashir, who was arrested and detained by the police during preliminary investigation into the murder of the politician. The plaintiff is seeking 5 billion naira as damages against 11 persons who are listed as defendants in the suit. He wants them to pay him compensation for his illegal detention and the psychological trauma he claims he suffered for his unlawful incarceration. The former Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, the PDP, former Governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, Dr. Muiz Banire are listed as some of the defendants. The late Mr. Funshaw Williams was strangled to death in his Dolphin Estate residence in Ikoyi, Lagos State on July the 27th, 2006.